is no person that is too far removed from God that God will not speak to. It was a voice that spoke to me, just a still, just small voice that shifted the absolute trajectory of my life. It was this moment in where I was laying on a gurney, getting put into an ambulance. I had spent 3 days up on a cocaine and alcohol binge, and I overdosed and collapsed in the middle of the street. And I'm being rushed to the hospital, in and out of consciousness. I knew Jesus, I wasn't following Jesus. And as I'm laying in the EMT on the gurney and we're on our way to the hospital, in and out of consciousness, I hear this small, still voice. And it asked me a question. If I were to let you die right here on this stretcher, where would you spend eternity? And in that moment, I woke up out of my unconsciousness and began to cry and weep loudly and cry and sob, because I knew if my life would have been taken in that moment, where my eternal destination would not be with Jesus. I denied his goodness. I denied his grace. I denied his faith. I denied his miracle working power upon the cross. I denied it with my life because I was no longer walking in the Spirit, but I was gratifying the sinful natures of my flesh. The reality is, once you recognize the depth of the goodness of God, I am compelled to live and walk in obedience because I recognize the goodness of God. I recognize my depravity. I recognize my sinful nature. And yet I see that in the midst of this, he makes me righteous and he puts me in right standing with him. And because of that, I want to walk with him.